This isn't a brownie recipe. This is the story of life. Hello everybody and welcome to... Hello. Nice to meet you, wife. Welcome to a new series, or just maybe a video, but if you like it, it could be a series called...
Cheap versus steep.
Yes, it doesn't sound so good now we say that. Cheap versus steep. So basically the context is we're going to do a recipe, and today we're doing Mrs. Barry's chocolate brownie recipe, which is phenomenal. We normally make it with fairly basic ingredients, but no, what are we doing?
We're going to make it with cheap, and we're also going to make it with expensive ingredients.
I thought you were going to say it's cheap and steep.
Oh yeah, cheap and steep.
Yeah.
I should have.
Last night I went out to the supermarket. Check this out.
Hello everybody, it's 5 to 9 on a Friday evening and I am doing my favourite activity, hanging around in supermarket car parks. I've just been in a supermarket over the road called Asda. You can probably just about see it in the distance, the sign there. Kind of fairly middle market supermarket, but just like most of them, it has a very basic budget range, and I've got a lot of ingredients for these brownies from there. That supermarket is actually 24 hours, and if you go in there at certain times, you will see people in their pajamas. I actually wanted to be one of those people. But I have to get here because this one, the more upmarket supermarket, Waitrose, that's a bit more expensive, shuts at 9 PM. And I have just spent £7 on a bar of dark chocolate. So let's get home and tomorrow we will find out if it's worth it.
I was going to go to one of the German supermarkets, but I found that the own brand supermarket ones were cheaper, as we'll find out as we work through the ingredients. But the true test, Mrs. B, is in the taste. What do you think? Do you think it's going to be good?
I don't know, I think it's about the way that you make them.
Or you got to care for the ingredients?
Or the way like you whisk the eggs and the sugar together and fold in the flour. And
yeah.
But then I think the chocolate will add a different taste to it.
Yeah, we were talking about this off camera a little bit like last night, and I was like, I sort of disagreed in that I felt that because some of these ingredients are so much more expensive, it could potentially make it too rich.
Yeah. And
like sickly. I don't know. It could. I think there really will be a difference, but you think it's more in the method.
I do.
So do you think they're going to be tasted the same?
Oh, I don't know.
There is some real difference in the ingredients, as we'll see as we work our way through. But we're not doing this alone. We are going to have the world's most best independent taste testers that have been hiding patiently behind. Hello.
I'm child number 1. And I'm child number 2.
Well, actually, that's technically the wrong way round, the way you were born.
Child number 1. Child number 2.
Is that like your name is like secret agents? You don't have names now. No. That's your internet names, 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Go and chill out and relax. Okay. And in a little bit, about an hour's time, you should have 2 very different brownies to taste. The world is counting on you.
I love brownies. I'm counting on the world too.
Mrs. B's come down from her stool now. So we do this then?
Yes. How are we going to do it?
In the oven.
Okay.
The one that's not broken?
Okay. Yeah.
Before we start properly, let's just take the bags away. The Asda, which is the more middle market supermarket, the budget own brand, £7.62. The bag, I bought a bag from them, was 15p, right? This is Waitrose, the more expensive one. That came to £26.32.
How did you buy
There is a chocolate bar in there that came to £7.69. So that chocolate bar alone is more expensive than that entire shop there. Any initial thoughts?
That's a lot of money for a chocolate bar.
So the first thing we're using is butter. We're just weighing it out here. This is like your standard basics butter. In fact, I don't really tell many people this, but in most recipe videos I do, that is the stuff that I use because I've always thought, well, butter is just kind of butter. Until I turned up with this thing, Insignie Saint Mère, Heritage de Normandy. This is unpasteurized salted butter from cows grazed on the lush grass of Normandy's mineral-rich salt marshes. How does that make you feel?
I think it's just butter.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, you nailed it.
I did.
Okay, so we need 185 grams of both the butters. Mrs. B with the chocolate right there. We need equal parts butter and chocolate measurements.
Okay. I was just looking at the ingredients as to why they're different. So this £7 one, it says cocoa beans, sugar, cocoa butter, and then some other stuff. This one, the cheaper one with only 50%.
50%?
Cocoa.
And it's dark chocolate.
But it says...
I think 50% cocoa, it makes it just borderline dark chocolate. There's some milk chocolates that are like 35.
Cocoa mass, not even cocoa beans.
Oh, well that's why they spent £7 on a chocolate bar then.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's have a look at this stuff. We broke it on the floor a bit. Oh, wow.
Can't even open it.
This is like the chocolate that I snapped on the workbench and nearly broke my face.
Look at that. That is posh looking chocolate.
It is. How does it smell?
Rich.
Really? See, I think this is what's going to harm the recipe the most. This is the impact. This is the
I
main
agree.
body of these brownies.
I can't even open this cheap one.
That's the point
I
of
think
it.
I got butter on
It's
my
just
hands.
packaging. I mean, it's still dark chocolate, just about. Just that looks so much more substantial. All right, so our first one is done. What we tend to do, first of all, is melt up. You can do this over a pan of simmering water, but just do it in the microwave and blast as well. Melting the butter and the dark chocolate together. All right, so first one. Oh my gosh, that butter has started melting. Maybe it's because it's so expensive. It's like I melt easily. So we're just going to keep melting these up. We're going to do exactly the same with this one until they're nice and smooth chocolate lakes. We're working in tandem here. This is all done. It smells. It doesn't smell too rich actually, but it looks really good.
It does look good.
Yeah. We're just chopping up the chocolates now. The chocolate chips are already like this, but I think it's like a thing that all expensive chocolate has to come gold wrapped. This is organic milk chocolate. Oh, and the cocoa is 37%, and in the basic one, 14%. 14%.
I think a lot of it is about the preservatives and colourings as well, because the expensive stuff says it doesn't contain any artificial flavours, and this one doesn't say.
Here's a little mini test.
If you insist.
Yeah, have a little
If you
piece of the nice stuff. Okay. And now try some of this stuff down here.
That's good.
Yeah, that's the organic milk stuff. Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Really?
That one
The cheap one?
is very, very sugary, whereas this one is more,
Like creamy?
yeah, creamy and chocolatey.
That's a good sign, but not for our budget.
No.
The next step is going to be a bit extreme. But hey, egg pun. It's the eggs. Basically, we have got one extreme to the other. These eggs here, free range, large eggs, £3.20. Whereas on the other end of the scale, these were 70p. Even the packaging alone makes you think that, okay, these are a little bit different. You really don't know what size you're going to get. Like this one here is a little larger than the others. In fact, it's a different shade to all the others, so it probably came from a different batch, but they do have that on there.
Please.
Oh my gosh. Look at the difference in that. The colour as well. I wonder if the yolk will look a different colour. I'm not saying it's going to look purple or something like a century egg,
I
but
reckon it'll be brighter.
yes.
This one will be brighter.
More vibrant.
Yeah. Should we try it?
No. Let's just hold the eggs here for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
I really do want to help you, but I think that you need to experience this because this is just a theory in my head over the history of doing cooking videos. Cheaper eggs, for me, crack a lot easier and weaker and just more sporadic than more expensive eggs. Let's just see if that's for you as well or if it's just a thing for me.
Okay.
So these are the expensive ones?
Oh my gosh, look at the size of that yolk.
It's massive, isn't it? Oh, that's orange. It's almost the same colour as that cocoa tub. But you can see what I mean. These eggs, they're cracking nice and consistent. They're firm. It might just be me. There you go. Have a look at that in comparison. You're trying hard there, Mrs. B. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Look at the colour difference in that. Oh, wow.
It makes me not want to eat them at all.
Well, it's all mixed together as a brownie. You won't recognise the difference,
No.
don't worry. Oh, those shells are doing alright for you. Oh, to be fair, maybe it's just me then. When I tend to use cheaper eggs, they get so much more teeny little bits in there.
Gosh.
Look at that difference. Wow, Beck, look at it on the camera. Look at that. That's mental.
It goes to show that what you eat and how you're brought up affects how your insides work.
I love the sign language you're doing. How your
But-
insides work. Okay.
But
Should we leave it at
goes-
that?
No, but it shows it must be the same for us.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Look
that's
at
very
how
true.
that chicken's brought up.
Yeah.
So if we brought our kids up, no, I can't say that. We got our kids
I
up
know
in
what
a
you're
cage.
saying, Matt. So you say if we slice our kids in half, one of them might look yellow.
No.
I can tell you which one that'll be. Trust me. Kids,
No,
get my
I'm
samurai
talking
sword.
about us.
Okay, Bet.
If
We
we're brought up in a cage
get it.
eating rubbish food,
Yes.
that is how our insides are going to look.
Can we just stop talking about insides? We're making brownies.
If we're brought up in the outside with lots of fresh air, eating lots of good foods, this is how we're gonna look.
Brilliant. I generally do get your point. Yes.
See?
Yes.
This is a good way to.
This
show
isn't
the
a brownie recipe.
kids.
This is the story of life. You're getting the kids in to educate them.
These eggs are from chickens that were brought up in a cage. These eggs are from chickens that were left to free roam a big field and eat corn and do have lots of exercise.
So we're saying,
Right?
Yeah.
get outside, get off watching the telly, and eat corn, and you'll look like that. All right?
Okay.
See, it goes to show, if you eat rubbish food and don't do any exercise, this is what your insides will be like.
All right, Beck, calm down. Christ, scaring them. Okay, so I need to stop talking about eggs now. I'm going to change the subject. Mrs. Barry's in the background weighing up some basic caster sugar. Remember, not all caster sugars are the same because this. All right, well.
I have to go in that spirit about making sure saying to the kids, eat good food. I'm about to weigh out 290 grams of sugar
Yeah.
to put in our brownies.
That's right. But this is some golden caster sugar, which is it's very nice. I like the description here. Evokes the magical and sweet scent of fairground candy floss. So that's going in our nice stuff, and we got the basic caster sugar, which is what I normally use, going in our standard ones, which is just it's sugar, right? I generally don't think this is going to make a big difference. Maybe the colour and the weight. I've just clocked this out the corner of my eye. Pour that in, Mrs. B, yeah. Look at the colour difference in that sugar as well. That really does smell like honey. So we're just going to whisk this up and going to put it on full blast.
Our high-tech
Yes.
KitchenAid.
Yeah. Does the same as a KitchenAid if you just stand still.
I love this though.
I generally think that's going to look really, really different, but what we tend to do now is whisk it for about 5 to 10 minutes until it goes thick like a milkshake, doubles in size, and it goes paler in colour, but we don't know if that colour will be different to the basic ones instead. So we'll find out now. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is the more expensive one, and this is the standard basic whipped up. And even if you look at the chocolate as well, can you see this angle does it quite well? This is the more expensive, darker chocolate, and this looks almost like milk chocolate. Look at that, that's crazy.
It's this I can't get over.
Yeah, that's proper, that's like tanned, and that looks just like a meringue.
Yeah.
All right, so Mrs. B has got the more expensive one, and I've got the budget one. Regardless, this is actually quite a really nice thing to do.
I love this step.
And this is even starting to make this basic one look alright, to be honest. Not that it's going to be bad by any means.
Just make sure you do it gently though, otherwise you'll get rid of all the air bubbles.
Is that you discreetly telling me off?
Yes.
So this is with them mixed together. I don't want to be weird about this, but I think that's almost gone back to a very similar colour, hasn't it?
Yeah, this one looks shinier.
It does, yeah, definitely. There is a reflection for sure. And it looks smoother. This looks thicker. That looks more like a standard cake batter, whereas that looks more velvety. All right, cheap one gets the chocolate in. It'll be chopped, and the chocolate chips already done, obviously. Nice. And in goes the more expensive stuff, and we mix it through. Mrs. B's just weighing out the flour. We're using two types. Bog standard plain flour that was super cheap, which I tend to use anyway. Flour's just flour, right? Or we're using this extra fine sponge flour, which is perfect for cakes. It's a little bit more refined, a bit lighter. So will that make a difference? I don't know. Now, the other thing Mrs. B's weighing out right there is cocoa powder. So we've got some standard cocoa powder, which I said I was going to try and get hot chocolate powder. My tripod just fell over. This is cacao powder, so it's different and it's way more expensive. Cacao and cocoa products are made using a different process. Cacao powder is made by cold pressing non-roasted cacao beans. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Whereas cocoa powder is raw cacao that has been roasted at high temperatures. This is the cacao versus the cocoa, and I've got to be honest, it looks, well actually no, it does, it looks a different shade of colour.
Oh yeah, that is slightly
It's slightly oranger, yeah. No, I didn't at first. It didn't look the same. It thought it was the same thing. Whereas that, you can see that real contrast there again. But let's make it even worse.
Yeah.
So we just lift this through, fold it in. Oh no, my spatula's just come off. Look at that. Oh Boston, stop scratching
You're
as
making
well.
the cheap ones with the cheap budget spatula.
yeah. Why can't I have a decent spatula? This is not fair. Look, it's in there somewhere. Didn't you have like an important step?
When you're folding this,
Yes.
and it's all mixed in, stop just as before you think it's enough.
Well, that's not enough yet. It's
No.
still powdery. But I know what you mean. Look, it's getting fudgy. But you just want to take it to that point, do you? Oh.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah. I'm happy with that. That's so fudgy. Look at that. I'm happy. Hey, I'll say that mine looks darker now.
Yeah, yours does look darker.
This is the expensive one. Smell good in here, right?
It smells amazing.
That just looks expensive, doesn't it?
It does.
I don't know how to explain it. Why does that look so different? That just seems a little bit more rigid. But it's still chocolate brownie batter, we've got to remember that. Not sure if you can see this, but it seems a lot more glossy and reflective, the more expensive one, whereas the budget one is more matte and darker and thicker. Should we put them in the oven?
Yes, let's. Expensive on top.
Okay. We've got these shelves as close together as we can, so it should be fairly even.
And
Budget on the bottom?
budget bottom.
Alright.
Budget bottom, remember that.
Budget bottom. I can definitely remember that. So going for 25 minutes and we'll see what they come out like.
They're at the oven
Yes, they are.
and they both look very different.
They do, don't they? They smell amazing though.
They do.
Like if you baked one of them on their own, you wouldn't have anything to compare it to. You'd just be like, smells like brownies, smells amazing.
Yeah, you would. But this one, the more expensive ones, turned out lighter.
Yeah. Whereas that had the darker chocolate in it.
Yeah, but I think it's all to do with the eggs.
Ah, yeah,
Yes.
good thinking. So we've got them baked for half an hour, it's got a papery cracks on it and comes away from the edge slightly, letting them cool in the tin.
Yeah.
This one's slightly more like wrinkly, but I mean,
Yeah.
you wouldn't complain really.
No, they're brownies at the end of the day. They're still going to taste chocolatey and really good.
But are these worth 4 or 5 times the price? We'll find out after they cool down.
Yes.
It's time for the amazing high-tech taste test. The kids don't know what colour is which, so it doesn't matter. So we have the blindfolds. The kids are going to pick which one that they want to eat and then give the other one to us, the same one, and then we'll eat the other one both afterwards, right?
Yes.
And actually what we might do is, this is going to be number 1 and then this will be number 2. We might hold up which one we like, okay?
Okay, go.
Oh my gosh. That is fudgy.
Smooth.
That is just really nice. It's cosy. There's a crisp coating on it, but inside just melts in the mouth, isn't it?
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh my gosh.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, there's more to that. Without looking at either of them, they both taste amazing.
Shall I take this off now?
But that was,
Yeah.
sorry. But that's creamier.
I don't think so.
No?
The first one was creamier.
3, 2, 1, go. Ooh! Okay, girls, what colour was number 1? Was number 1 the darker one or the lighter one?
Yeah.
Oh, the lighter one.
The lighter one.
Ah, so they're more expensive.
So you guys have got expensive taste. You all like the lighter brownies, which are down there,
You like the Waitrose.
and that means that I've got really cheap taste, and I liked the much cheaper ones. Which basically means that my life is going to be really expensive for the next 20 years.
Have you not learned that already?
Do you not want a unicorn for Christmas?
I do!
Oh my god. I found this really, really interesting, folks. I hope you did too. But they were actually both really, really nice. Would you say that was worth 4 times the price though? Because that's really what it worked out being.
Do you know what? I would.
Would you? Oh, and I liked the other one. I would say no,
Do you
not
know
at
what?
all.
That's the type of brownie that you would pay like £5 for.
What, the expensive one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, yeah, there was a higher quality. It was more of a depth and a richness. I did like it, and I just switched back because I liked the fudginess of the other one. It was just like more.
I loved that first one.
Yeah.
Hello, it's the evening now. I want to get some different opinions, so I'm out in my car. This is Brownies on Tour Taste Test.
This one.
That one, number 2. You like the cheaper one?
Do I?
Yeah, you like me. You prefer number 2?
Definitely.
Hey?
I like number 2.
Number 2? Number 1. Okay.
I like number 2 better.
Both. Not picky.
Honestly,
yeah?
exactly the same.
Exactly the same.
I can't taste any difference.
So I'm back. The actual final results, I think the posh ones just about did it by 1. Interested, my sister, my mum, my stepdad and myself all liked the cheaper ones. So I don't really know what the conclusion is here. I think the real winner is brownies. What do you think the key ingredient was, Mrs. B, that factored these?
I think the eggs and
Yeah.
the chocolate.
Eggs, and very, very cool. That completely changed the contrast. A lot of people were saying how there was more sugar in the cheaper ones, and there's sort of like a maybe more chocolatey richness
Yeah, that's
to
true.
that. And maybe that's a personal preference, but the creaminess and the depth of flavour was in the more expensive one. So ultimately, it's up to you. Maybe mix it up. Nice eggs, Posh rubbish chocolate, yeah. If you guys enjoyed the concept of this video and like to see it as a playlist, perhaps we could do a lasagna next with like real basic pasta and like rubbish meat versus homemade sauce and meat from a butcher's, all that sort of stuff.
Making me hungry.
That's if you liked it. I mean, I really enjoyed doing this video. I don't know about you, Mrs. B. Did you enjoy
I
it?
did. It was good fun.
Yeah. Did you enjoy eating brownies, girls?
Yeah. Yes.
But
very
if you absolutely had to, you would eat those other ones, wouldn't you? The cheaper ones.
Yeah, I've paid for worse.
Have you?
Yeah.
Wow. And I liked the worst. So there we go, folks. Thanks for watching. Try out the recipe if you want. We'll do the actual, just the standard recipe right up on the website so you can pick the ingredients for yourself. You're doing the rap for the Patreon bit?
Yeah.
It actually goes, there's a place in your house where it's cool to chill, get some me time, or even cook a meal. It's a kitchen mofo, ain't no time to slack, so just grab yourself a penny and just work that out.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all three.
That is so good! Honestly.
Yeah, but they've not got that velvety fudginess.
They've not got the fudginess like as much, but that piece didn't there, but that was, oh.
The fudginess is what I like in a brownie.
Smooth and elegant. Brown. Elegant.